Hi, in today's video we're going to do part 2 of unique characters. I am Tyler Lewis with Lewis-Tek, and I'm the data and spreadsheet specialist. Let's get started. In our last video we talked about how we go through the different ways of finding unique characters or symbols. If you remember before, you can go through the symbols section here and find your symbol or special character, unique character. Or you can go through and do the function, the unique character function, and go and find the number that creates and refers to this symbol. Now what I'm going to do is show you another way that can be a little bit faster and make it part of your keyboard. All right, what we will do is I'll do a couple examples. In my day job, I work in a machine shop, and I have a program that's very similar to this table. I create a table, and it goes through and it lists all the work orders that I have. In mine at work, I have is hundreds of lines long. But for time's sake and for making it easier, we're just going to do these 7 lines. And I have the data that's kicked off. This part will be the most, this is what we're going to be talking about, but just go through it. It looks like the description of this work order is we're working on a new Christmas sleigh for Santa. And it is due December 15th with different sequence orders of certain items that we're working on. For example, this one we're going to work on maybe in the machine shop. The dashboard, decorative outline, some hooks for the reins, the motor mounting system, so if the reindeer may get tired, right? Hot cocoa machine, I always have a hot cocoa machine in Santa's sleigh. The Santa sleigh should be able to make it easy to break, so it'd be a lot easier on the reindeer. I think that's pretty important, right? And we got to make sure the sleigh is right, and after it's all the steel's heat treated. We're going to do some machining work there, right? I have my description for the whole work centers. The project manager is obviously the head elf, Bernard, and we have different work centers that we're going to be doing each machine here. This work center is the Griswold machine. We have the Buddy machine, the Hermie machine, Patch machine, Scrooge machine, and Rudolph machine, right? And every one of these, I am going to, as the shop manager, I need to try and keep track of the parts that come into the shop for this sequence, right? For example, so if there's a check mark here, that will tell me, oh yeah, I've already checked in the parts. The parts are here and they're staged for this work center, for Griswold's work center, right? I made that check mark, and that lets me know that, okay, it's ready to go. So these next lines for the other machines, the work centers, don't have check marks, so that means we haven't had the parts from the other shops come in yet, so that we can't work on this these sequences until this is checked off, right? What I used to do is I used to change these into the font. I used to change it to Wingdings 2. This is a pretty easy way. I like this. It's not too bad. It's not too hard. So Wingdings 2, if you have your font in Wingdings 2, and I do a capital P, type in a capital P, it'll do a check mark, right? The thing is, if I send this off, if somebody else needs to look at this program, maybe if Bernard, right, the project manager, needs to look at this program and I share it to his computer, a lot of times maybe Wingdings, or on his tablet, Wingdings is not there. And so it just looks like, to him, it'll be just like, since Wingdings is not there, the font and his list will look like this. It'll look like a P. And that just doesn't look very good to me. So I found this way to make things a lot easier with your symbols. And I do know a lot of people, when they type in equations, descriptions for equations, in my machine shop, our quality department works with GD&T, which has a lot of true position symbols, stuff like that. And to get away from maybe somebody not being able to have Wingdings, and even in Wingdings, there isn't certain symbols for maybe my quality department for those GD&T symbols. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this check mark universal for this font or any font, and no matter what they pull it up on, it'll always be a check mark. It'll always be that symbol. Okay? And to do that, we need to go back into so this is why in the first video, I like to have the table. because now I can go back and I can just reference, and I look in my description, and for this check mark, if I want to keep doing check, I'll do check mark 1, 10,003, right? All I need to do here now, instead of remembering this unique character, I can copy this here. We'll go up in here and the value section where it is the symbol in the formula bar, I want to copy that. Okay, we highlight it, Control C, or highlight it, and then right click and hit copy. What I'm going to do now is I'm going into File, and then we're going to go into More, and then go to Options, or File Options, whichever one gets you first. And now I want to go into Proofing. What this is this is your spelling, right? I go to Autocorrect Options, and then it brings up this box. This box in your auto format as you type, your actions, math autocorrect, or autocorrect, right? Your autocorrect is anything that, if you misspell something, right? So if I come up here and I type into this box, and I'm trying to type the word you, right? It's spelled not like that. It's spelled Y-O-U, right? But if I accidentally go Y-U-O and I press space, that should automatically autocorrect it to Y-O-U, to you, right? Just like that. I just push space and autocorrect it. We're going to do the exact same thing. What we want to do is maybe if I go in, if I type in, let's see, 3 P's at once and then a space. If I space it, once I space it, I want this to change to my check mark. Very easy. It is very easy to do. So let's go back in to our options and proofing. Go into autocorrect options, autocorrect, and I want to replace, first let's paste our symbol. I did Control V there. I believe you can do right click. Nope, don't do right click, so Control V. I just pasted that symbol. Now what I'm going to do is do 3 P's. Now it is case sensitive, right? So I would suggest doing whatever you use the most. So in business, if you do like lists or stuff like that, I do know that capitalizing is pretty popular, like capitalizing every letter. If you don't capitalize every letter as you type or anything, I would do lowercase letters. So I got 3 P's. I choose something also that is not very common. So I don't want to do like just one letter A or S because that might get a little tricky. I just do something that's very simple, easy, 3 P's. I don't see that in any wording. And I'm just going to click in Add. Now when I add it, it's right there. It is part of our autocorrect. So if I click OK now, exit out, we go back into work order details, and let's say the parts came in for the hot cocoa machine, right? So I come in here, I press backspace to go into the cell. I'm in the formula. You can even click into the formula, but I just do backspace and I do 3 P's, and I'm going to click, and when I hit space, the space bar, that is going to change to a check mark, just like that. And all I got to do is hit enter, and there is your check mark. The great thing about this is up in your formula bar, it's going to change it to the symbol, the check mark, and no matter what computer you go onto, tablet, anything like that, any font, it'll be a check mark. And it's just very aesthetically pleasing, right? We can do the same thing over here for the naughty and nice. So I'm in a totally different window or different spreadsheet. Let's say Alec Tanner we checked his list. He's on the nice list, right? So we'll just go backspace, PPP, spacebar, check mark. There you go. That is a really simple way of turning your symbols and making it really easy to access the ones that you use quite a bit. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked this video. Please like this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel. I love to help you learn more things about Excel and making Excel much easier for yourself. Please comment on any video that you would like me to post, what subject, what topic you would like to learn. And I hope to hear from you again. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Bye.